Hey everybody, it's Alan, and I hope you are doing well. Let's check out a deeper track by the Cars. This song, it's called Night Spots. It has one of my favorite Elliot Easton guitar parts in it, so let's give it a listen to. Here's Night Spots by the Cars. Man, I love when younger people come into my work and they start talking about Elliot Easton. It doesn't happen all that often. It does happen though, and amazingly enough, it's usually amongst lefties because he was a lefty guitar player, so he has his level of influence just from being a lefty. But then when you hear people who have actually really paid attention to his guitar parts, this song will come up on occasion, and I get happy when it happens because, you know, we as guitar players know who Elliot Easton is, but the sort of casual music listener might not recognize the name nearly as much as you would think they would. And so when Elliot's name comes up, or when it's just in part of the conversation, it always is interesting. And then I usually like to find out, well, what songs like that Elliot performed on are the ones that are inspiring this particular part of the conversation. And you usually will hear sort of the typical, Elliot Easton guitar riffs mentioned. But when somebody mentions this song, Night Spots, I get this extra sense of happiness just because it's a deeper track. Yeah, sure. It's made one of their greatest hits albums, as you can see by the album cover right there. But it doesn't necessarily get mentioned as often as you might think it would. And it's definitely a deeper track from their greatest hits level of songs. Ah. Elliot's an underappreciated guitar player. When people start talking about guitar greats, his name doesn't get mentioned nearly as much. And it might be because Benjamin Orr and ricocasek get a bit more of the limelight within this band, as the two primary vocalists for the group. Benjamin Orr and the blonde locks and the bass player sitting right there in the middle. And obviously ricocasek's quirky appearance and personality kind of really, really, really shine above sort of the other three guys in the group. But that just goes to show that there are people out there who look beyond the front man and look at the people who are providing the other aspect of it. When people start talking about, the drummer and the keyboard player, yeah, I mean, the drummer's name almost never gets mentioned. The keyboard player does because he's a bit of a synth god in some circles. But from a lefty guitar player standpoint, I am not a lefty, I am a righty. But from a lefty guitar player standpoint, Elliot Easton has a very large mark in, sort of the influential sphere of guitar players. At least I think so. With that said, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Be curious to find out what you think. Just know that I appreciate all of you, and I wish you well. Take care.